What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
Gersh1, and we're still wearing gray.
the raindrops keep falling on.
Yeah, we're depressed a little bit. Yeah.
But hey, who isn't?
Right. It's 2021.
Yeah, it's like when they ask you what state do you live in? Depression.
Exactly.
For the greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewers. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get those questions first. And that is what good old, let me see, where'd he go? Shit, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Yarshman says, do the Tyranids start Genestealer cults within any other Xeno species? Yes, all of them.
Mm-hmm. But do we get models for them? Sadly, no.
So, it's interesting because like the hardest one to invade would be the orcs. Just
Necrons.
Well, I mean, the Necrons can't at all.
Right.
So
they don't wear genes.
No, they're completely out. There is no gene to infest within the Necrons. But the orcs, I think, is one of the harder ones just because as soon as an orc senses a deviation from what a true orc would be, you get clobbered on. So that's the same reason why chaos orcs don't really, what is it called?
Thrive.
Thrive.
Flourish.
I was going to say flourish, yeah. So that one's that one. And then the next one would be the Eldar. Because the Eldar would sense that, hey, there's something psychically different about this guy.
It's kind of like how Yoda sensed Order 66.
Right. Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was like, oh, no, something in the Force is telling me.
Yeah. And then the easiest one would be like the Tau and the humans.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool to think of all these awesome, like...
combinations.
Yeah, just imagine how an orc warlord would look like with, like, 6 arms and that, like, segmented, like, forehead thing.
Kit bashers, do your thing.
And you can definitely go wild on stories of having, like, a Genestealer cult infest a world and having the population become that and then lead the incoming Tyranids to devour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just kit bash your own Genestealer infected Xeno race and enjoy.
I mean, the closest thing we got to that is a freaking cowboy Genestealer. Have you seen that model?
Yeah.
He's got like revolvers and stuff.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Next question comes from WAAAGH. If the Emperor became an actual god, could he then theoretically consume/destroy another Chaos God? Theoretically, yes. Would he? Probably not, because no other Chaos God has destroyed any other Chaos God, so why would the Emperor? But yeah, theoretically, yeah, they can fight. They can go to the body with God.
I mean, there's always, it's a wheel of chaos, so there's always like one god getting like beat up on, and then they switch, and it's never ending.
Right, yeah.
This one is by Dan D16. Can blanks travel through the warp, and if so, how? You already covered this.
And yes, there's a Geller field that protects them inside of the warp.
For a little bit more detail on that, check out For the Greater Wall, like 2 episodes ago.
Right. This next question comes from Konstantinos. Will you guys play the new Warhammer Dark Tide games? I personally will not, because I think I want to focus more on creating just tabletop videos and lore videos as opposed to video game videos. But maybe...
I mean, it is coming out for Xbox 360, or like the Xbox. I don't have Xbox.
You're waiting for that PlayStation? Next question.
This one is by Thomas Gladue. So I've been watching this channel for years now, and I'm finally looking into building my first army. I want to build a Zeech-based one. What would be the best models and the best strategy to apply with said models? Also, how much would I be looking to spend on these models, paints, etc.? Great work, guys, and shout out from Montana.
Montana?
That thing still exists.
I thought that was a rapper.
Oh, that's French Montana.
Oh, sorry.
Bonjour.
Where is Montana?
I think it's like up, close to Canada.
Oh, okay.
I think. It's by like Wyoming, right?
I hope we're doing this right.
Geology skills don't leave me.
So I would recommend that if you want to do Tzeentch, do Thousand Suns, because they're going to be more competitive than your regular Tzeentch Demons. However, Tzeentch Demons, you have the added benefit that you can actually go to Age of Sigmar and collect. So
Yeah.
you have to ask yourself, am I starting an army because I want to get into the tabletop and be competitive, or am I getting into this building army because like I just want something cool to look at on my glass cabinet or my counter or whatever? If it's the latter, then go with Tzeentch Demons. But if you want to be competitive, Thousand Suns.
Yeah, Thousand Suns are really good. They're still pretty good, but 9th edition kind of hinders them with the secondary objectives that, like, if you're playing Psychers, F you. But yeah, they're really good because you can spam Smite. You have access to psychic powers to bolster your army overall. You've got access to a Primarch, Magnus. You've got access to another great named character, Ahriman. And at the end of the day, Chaos Space Marines are going to get a really big boost once their codex drops. So I definitely would focus on picking the Thousand Suns first. And then you can always, get different detachments of regular Chaos Space Marines, Death Guard, or Chaos Demons.
Yep.
Because pink horrors are nasty. Because when they die, they turn into blue horrors. And then when those die, they turn into brimstone horrors. So if you're playing an objective game, which 9th edition is all about, they can take these objectives and hold them for a long, long time. Or you can just throw them into combat and they'll bog down the enemy for a long, long time.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a good opportunity to start Thousand Suns.
Yep.
Oh, and price-wise, Thousand Suns, $1,000.
Yep.
Unless
For
you
real?
can, yeah, for real. Unless you can find some army like on eBay or you trade with your friends.
Yeah. They're not really elite, right?
They can be, yeah, definitely.
Like if you get Terminators or
Yeah,
something?
Terminators and Demon Princes and stuff. But I'd say wait on purchasing the Codex because obviously they're going to come out with it later on. There's no point in buying the Codex now when it'll be like
Right.
thrown asunder in a few months.
Just wait for Battle Scribe.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be one of the armies on my list of like, because I want to build a new army every single month. First is Tau. Second, it's probably going to be Astra Militarum, or no, what are they called? The Tempestus Scions.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, maybe it might be the Thousand Suns. Next question. This question comes from Video 10100. Could Cthulhu survive in the 40K universe? And if so, how would he affect it?
That's interesting because the whole thing about like Cthulhu and just eldritch gods is insanity and madness. You gaze upon him, or even if you're in the presence of a god like that, you're going to go crazy. And it's something that they kind of touch base a little bit in the 40K universe, especially with like Tzeentch and Knowledge. But to just have something to impact sentient beings in that way would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think the big challenge would be trying to differentiate between the Cthulhu emotion and just chaos in general. Because chaos is chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Insanity and all that kind of stuff that is bred from chaos.
Right.
So, like, I wonder how they would make that distinction.
Yeah, aesthetically, I think it'd be pretty easy because Cthulhu is all about tentacles and like aquatic.
Water, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that'd be pretty cool to see something like that.
Yeah.
Because again, water is very rarely used in 40K.
Yeah. Next question.
This
one comes from Damned Legion. Primaris Deathwatch Army, please help me. I have the Recruit Edition starter kit. So if you have a Primaris Deathwatch Army,
get the Deathwatch start collecting, or like the start. Yeah, just start collecting.
Yeah, even though I think it's sold out online. But yeah, just get regular Primaris stuff, and then just buy the little shoulder plates, and you're fine.
Yeah, because you could play it like any other army. There's just more benefits to you. Get a Watch Captain too. Those guys are good.
Anything Space Marine, you're fine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because you could just carry over to like some other thing. Even like if you were to pick up like Blood Angels, and you're like, you know what, I'm tired of playing Blood Angels. They're still Space Marines.
Mm-hmm.
Just say that they're a successor chapter, and then you can play any other Space Marine. Just buy the Codex.
Right.
You're fine.
Coroner Chris. If you were to make a big budget 40K movie or a TV series, how would you structure it in terms of length and which would be better? For 40K, I think a series would be better because a movie only gives you so much actual screen time to try to explain things. You could go the route of like just having a movie set in like a certain space station and like weird shit happens, and don't really explain things, but have things that like 40K people would be like, oh hey, that's a Corn Berserker, or oh that's an Astropath, but don't explain it until like the very end, where like then an Inquisitor comes in and he starts saying things and naming things that you would officially know as like 40K thing, or like call in the Space Marines or something like that.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, the movie would be okay, but I think the best option is a series. And actually, there is supposed to be a series coming out about a Inquisitor, Rogue Trader.
No, I think it's an Inquisitor. It's Eisenhorn. But I do agree with you that a series would be better for like this time. But the added benefit of doing a movie as opposed to a series would also be the amount of money you can spend in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you'd probably get a little bit more money if you said, I'm going to make a 40K movie as opposed to a series.
Right.
Because you still have to test both things. But movies require more.
And right now, we're probably not going to get a movie for a lot of things because of COVID and the whole theater situation. And
oh, yeah.
So...
And after Wonder Woman
1982?
That thing was disgusting. I don't know how people watch that.
Yeah, it felt slow yet fast at the same time. Like rushed and...
It was trash.
I like the first one better. I in general, I think both Wonder Woman movies, I think, needed better villains.
I don't even remember the villain for the first one.
It was Ares.
Oh.
You had Ares, and like they reduced it to a freaking like... person.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to see her like fight in World War II and stuff, but and the whole thing about her being able to fly in this one, but then she can't fly in Batman versus Superman, and it's like
they never explained it, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler alert. Watch it, don't watch it. It's entertainment, somewhat. But yeah, a series would be cool, especially seeing it in like kind of the way that Mandalorian does it. You'd have like a rogue trader or like a group of bounty hunters, and they just go around trying to catch like, I don't know, gang members of Necromunda, to trying to hunt a Xenos whose ship invaded, or trying to uncover a satanic cult, or not satanic cult, but a chaos cult. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Right.
Or just do like a mini series. Just have like a battle of like Sisters of Battle against like Slaneshi Demonettes, one episode, and then the next one we cut at like a guardsman trying to survive. And you know, you could do a lot with it.
Kind of like the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Mm-hmm.
Where you think that they're tied, but they're not really tied. They just exist in the same universe. Next question comes from Lame Candlewick. Do you think if all Necron tomb worlds awakened and stood under a single banner, could they eliminate every other race? They could try, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there is no try. Just do or do not. Is that those?
It's
no.
Yoda, right?
Yeah. CK. Llegué primero. Story of my life. It means he came first.
That's it? That was his question?
Yeah, that's his question. Okay, this one's from Juan Lopez. I'm from Costa Rica, by the way. Also, orcs being like sentient funguses, they are asexual. So if no genitals, why do they wear pants?
It's protection. They probably still have like squishy bits down there that they're like organs that they're trying to protect with cloth.
Yeah, that's why they got t-shirts say 6 up.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I got hit with a bullet. My tank top can take it.
Exactly. Next question comes from Primarch Rage Cage. If mankind worshipping the Emperor is giving him a psychic boost and making him a god, did he also get a psychic boost when Lorgar was spreading the word of pre-heresy? There was probably not enough of like that worship yet. Because like the difference between every single imperial world currently in the 42nd millennium compared to like a couple of worlds conquered by the worlds or word bearers, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Not as many.
No.
Yeah.
Dr. Mayer. Is it possible to resurrect or use the body of Ferrus Manus by the Necrons? Or could it be a reasonable reason as to why cloning him never worked, unlike Fulgrim?
I don't think the Necrons are using his body. No, I think the Necrons are kind of like the Eldar, where they're too arrogant to even consider like these human bodies to be anything.
Primarchs,
Yeah.
But yeah, they actually did clone him at least once. It wasn't good.
Yeah, well, they have another one, right? Another clone.
Yeah, that's still not good either.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by Dylan Edwards. I don't believe urine is stored in the balls, my friend.
It is.
That's why squeezing them hurts.
Yeah.
And that's why the bladder is a vestigial structure.
What's vestigial mean?
You don't need it anymore. Kind of like the appendix. It's just there to burst and mess up your life.
No way.
Yeah, you don't need your appendix.
No, the bladder.
Oh, I mean, pee's not stored in there, so what's it good for?
That's true, I guess.
Trust me, I'm a Dr. Mayer.
Next question. This one comes from Lord Muffin Token. Happy New Year's! Happy New Year's to you.
Happy New Year to you.
Oh, and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When will you make a rap battle video about other 40K YouTubers?
Rap battle? I'm more of like a tocada kind of guy.
Cocada? That's a type of candy.
Oh.
Probably never.
Yeah.
We're not rappers. Just because we are minorities does not mean that we rap.
I mean, although I was doing a lot of rapping a few weeks ago for Christmas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff is hard.
It is. I'm not good at it at all. But hey, time is of the essence. That's why I give you presents. This is all the rap you're going to be getting, because I never going to be spit in.
Yep. 2021.
Yeah.
Next question.
Nuno Barros. Watching this video brought me a question. The Custodes were there with the Emperor since the beginning of his crusade, serving inclusive as confidants and advisors. They now see what the Imperium has become since the end of the Horus Heresy, all the contrary of what the Emperor originally desired. Why don't they do some things? Greetings from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Oh, sweet. I've been wanting to go to Brazil for a really long time.
Well, I think I know why.
Yes. Hermaphrodites.
Oh, Slanesh is over there?
But to answer the question, Adeptus Custodes were bred to be loyal. It's kind of like having your dog avenge you.
What? I'm just trying to picture that. Like, huh?
Well, because it's like, okay, so like, let's say that's actually a really bad connection. But like, the Adeptus Custodes were basically just like the Emperor's servants. They weren't really the Emperor's, like, they weren't meant. They are so loyal that they would not take the spot of the Emperor. And to take the spot of the Emperor means
heresy.
Well, yeah, to them. And then it's like one of those,
they're loyal to a fault.
Right. So that's why they have not stepped in and said, hey, no, don't do this. Because then all of a sudden, all eyes turn to the Adeptus Custodes that does that. And they're like, well, you're obviously a demigod, so you lead us now. And he's like, no, my loyalty to the Emperor, so point to the Emperor. So it's better to like let humanity deal with itself. The Emperor will come back. We trust that the Emperor will come back because we're loyal. We're like that dog that stands in the soldier's grave type of deal.
Until recently.
He was.
Well, recently they started going out from Terra to fight, the fight.
But that's different though, because that's actually them going out to like do a mission that was instilled into them by the Emperor.
By the Emperor, yeah. I guess so.
But yeah.
And they don't like Space Marines at all.
They don't.
And Primaris Marines? Both menos.
But yeah.
It's like, we don't like Space Marines. Oh, what about these new and improved ones? We hate them more.
Yeah, exactly. Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for sending those questions our way, and we will talk to you soon.
As always, I've been the Sound Alchemist.
Gersh1.
And that's it. Bye.
Oh, if you Live with my freedom.